Next on ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend, the search continues for who and why a family was targeted for death, with police still looking for answers this weekend. And a shooter targeting a prom up north, police and security there responded. And it's finally finished, so what do residents think about it? A look at how people are reacting to the sports park renovations. This is all the news you need to start your Sunday, April 24th. ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend starts right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso weekend.
Well, good morning, El Paso, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew J. Polk. Checking on some news developing now, 2 men have been taken to the hospital after a stabbing near an area bar and restaurant. Details at this time are limited, but what we know so far is that it happened near Dominic's Italian restaurant on 6901 Montana Avenue. The 2 men were transported to William Beaumont Army Medical Center. The extent of their injuries is not clear at this time. We're still working to learn more, and we'll have the latest on air and online at KVIA.com as it develops. And a rural Ohio community is still rattled and looking for answers after 8 family members were all killed Friday. Authorities are still trying to find out who targeted the 7 adults and teenage boy and why. Their bodies were found Friday at 4 different homes near Piketon, about 60 miles south of Columbus. Kayla Hay is a former co-worker of one of the victims and says she never heard 37-year-old Dana Roden say anything about being frightened or concerned about anything bad happening. Outdoor Shops owner Todd Beekman in the area says at least one customer has come in to stock up on ammunition after hearing about the shootings. Investigators say that they've questioned more than 30 people so far. And gunshots broke out at a high school prom in Wisconsin late last night. Authorities there say someone with a rifle fired at 2 students as they left Antigo High School. It's about 80 miles northwest of Green Bay. Several officers were already on school grounds providing security for the event. One of the officers patrolling the parking lot reportedly heard the gunshots and immediately fired at the shooter, stopping the threat. One man is in custody as a suspect, and his relationship with the 2 victims, as well as the motive behind the shooting, is not yet known. The 2 victims and the suspected shooter were treated at an area hospital. No words yet on their conditions. And residents are returning home after a major fire broke out in Arizona. Happened in a Phoenix suburb of Gilbert and left 1 firefighter injured. Take a look at the blaze. More than 100 firefighters tried to put out the fire in Gilbert. The flames getting so intense that officials evacuated nearby homes and businesses. A spokeswoman for the Red Cross says that residents of the surrounding neighborhoods were being allowed to return to their houses early this morning. She added that evacuees from an apartment complex near the fire are still displaced. A public information officer for the Red Cross says there were about 60 people evacuated. Thankfully, the fire happened at an apartment building that was still under construction, so there were no residents living in the building that caught fire. And the El Paso Sheriff's Office says a mobile home fire near Horizon City leaves an estimated $15,000 behind in damages. It happened yesterday just after 1:45 in the morning on the 800 block of Boland Place. When sheriff's deputies arrived, they saw the home engulfed in flames. The Horizon City Fire Department was able to put out that fire, and no injuries were reported. And a former New Mexico Democratic Party consultant could spend at least 5 years in prison. Jason Loretta pleaded guilty in federal court on Friday to a child pornography count. In 2012, Loretta was involved in an FBI investigation into the hijacking of Governor Susana Martinez's emails. While the investigation of the theft of emails, the FBI found child pornography on Loretta's computer and 2 compact discs. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the plea was part of a deal that permits him to appeal a court order denying his motion to suppress evidence. Loretta has been facing 6 child pornography charges before his guilty plea down to 1 count. Faces between 5 to 20 years in prison when sentenced. And thanks to search and rescue crews, a mother is safe home with her family this morning. The woman injured herself while hiking at Tom Mays Park in northwest El Paso yesterday. A family member told us the 25-year-old woman was hiking with a group on the Aztec Cave Trail when she injured her ankle while carrying her child. The injury was so bad she could not get back down the mountain. Search and rescue crews were called to the scene around noon and were able to find and help the woman on the trail within an hour. The woman was taken down in a basket until they were able to get her into an ambulance. She was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And after 4 years, the El Paso County Sports Park is finally ready for play. Already on the first day open, young baseball players from around the city picked up their bats and headed out to the park. ABC 7's Jerry Nahara was there as hundreds of baseball fans spent their Saturday at the park. He has the story.
Families left and right were having a great time, many telling me this was much needed, a place where young athletes can really expand their talents.
Get dirty, Dave. Good job, kid. Way to go, kid.
The bats cracked, and the crowds cheered. America's national pastime was in full swing at the El Paso County Sports Park. After overcoming legal hurdles with the initial contractor and architects, work on the sports park restarted last year on a roughly $300,000 budget left over from the original $7 million price tag.
I just think it's about time they open it up.
A little overdue, but at least it's opened up.
Parent and baseball coach Miguel Esparza feels the city will benefit from the park.
It should bring a lot more people and a lot more people from out of town, a lot more teams. And, you know, that's what El Paso needs. El Paso needs exposure.
As Jaime Torres watched his son run the bases,
Good job, Dave.
he tells us he's happy with the facilities that include 10 baseball fields.
I've been to some facilities out of town and you know, feels like that. And this one, this is up there.
The facilities are good. I think they just need to hurry up and get the stuff finished, you know. But besides that, the fields look good, the fields look nice, and very happy with it.
Esparza is talking about the closed clubhouse. County officials say it's expected to be ready for the grand opening in May. But as much as the parents enjoyed the shaded bleachers and snacks, the ultimate judges were the kids, leaving it all on the field, and it looks like it's a big hit.
I love it since it's new dirt. We can slide better.
Just like playing on them because they're really nice and they're really big.
I think it's good. The grass is better.
It's a great new addition. I remember coming back and seeing my brother play here, and I just remember all the memories here. And when it opened up, I couldn't wait to play.
The park's grand opening celebration will be held the 21st of May. Reporting for Good Morning El Paso Weekend, I'm Jerry Nakira.
So speaking of baseball weather, checking with our Storm Track weather now. Let's get your first forecast with Storm Tracker Iris Lopez out live. Good morning, Iris.
A good Sunday morning to you all. If you're wondering why there's so many dogs barking all around me, that is because I am out here at Album Park for the 27th annual Canine Walk. Starts in a few hours. You can see behind me, everyone is getting started. They're starting to set up the booths, and the puppies, they're just all around me. You can see dogs all around. We'll get more detail about that, but the weather, it is nice to be outside. Let's see what those current temperatures are here in El Paso and Las Cruces. We've got those upper 60s here in El Paso, a bit cooler over in Las Cruces, but those sunny skies are well in place. For your Sunday morning breakfast forecast, if you're going to head out early, or hey, if you're going to make your way over here to the Canine Walk, 71 by 10 o'clock, 74 by 11 a.m. Those winds will be calm, but slowly they are going to start getting stronger. This morning, quick warm-up, that's what we're going to experience. Winds are going to continue this afternoon, plus if you're going to be heading out to the Canine Walk, well, you know what? I have your canine planner, so you can know if you're going to need that jacket, that sweater, whatever it be. I will let you know coming up. Andrew?
All right, thanks, Iris. Check back with you in just a bit from the Canine Classic. Middle school might be too early to start planning for college entirely, but it's not too early to be inspired towards it. A group of students got a jump start Saturday morning when they were invited out to UTEP. About 40 students from Kenny Teal Middle School got together to learn how to get into college, and all of them migrants. ABC7's Julio Cesar Chavez was there, and he shows us how these students are preparing for their life ahead.
This event is really to reach out to a student population that's a vulnerable student population in schools.
The UTEP College of Education and Upward Bound helped students get ready for college. The program came together to inspire migrant students to make it in university. Some guest speakers were students who had been helped by Upward Bound themselves, teaching the kids not how to apply to college, but how to do well in high school and succeed in the future.
They made the whole process of going to college a bit easier. They make that dream far away and become reality.
They told students that no obstacle was too big if they followed their passion and worked hard, something the kids themselves wanted to share with others.
Y estudien bien, que tengan buenas calificaciones.
He says he wants other students to study hard and get good grades so they can have better jobs in the future.
That was Julio Cesar Chavez reporting. Luis Carlos was also one of the students who won a scholarship from the program in the form of a Target gift card. So if you know someone who could benefit from Upward Bound or would like to help out, you can contact Professor Reyes at 915-747-8817. We have the contact information also over on this story on our website, KVIA.com. Local and state veterans groups are trying to make sure the vets in our area are getting the benefits they deserve. Yesterday, the Texas Veterans Land Board teamed up with other veterans organizations to help those who have served in our area by hosting a joint benefits fair. Their goal overall is to reach 1.7 million veterans across the state. With Texas veterans organizations and veteran-focused groups, the point was not just to have veterans looking for the right answers, but asking the right questions.
Our mission here today is to reach as many of El Paso veterans, military members, and their families as we can.
Having a one-to-one, things being presented to you in a professional manner, and that has been exceptional by all the people that are present here, and I want to thank them.
If you missed out on the benefit fair, you can still get help finding out what benefits you can apply for. You can call 1-800-252-8387. We also have the information over on this story on our website, KVIA.com. And dozens of people enjoyed their Saturday night with music, dancing, and bowling. But not all just for fun. It was to support the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of El Paso, a mentoring program helping at-risk children. It was the 17th annual Bowl for Kids fundraiser. All the money raised stays right here in El Paso and supports mentoring services for children who need and want a caring friend and role model. Volunteers we spoke with told us the day was much more rewarding for many different reasons.
First and foremost is another friend. The friendship is there, and it kind of brings me back to my childhood. So it's kind of interesting to, in a way, I kind of relive it, you know, to see him do all these things, amazing things. Very proud of him.
Big Brother Big Sister is also always looking for volunteers. If you're interested in becoming a mentor, you can check out this story again over on KVIA.com. Downtown building owner William D. Billy Abraham could face a penalty of up to $2.6 million. According to our news partners over at the El Paso Wink, city documents show Abraham faces $1,000 a day for the 2,158 days he has not complied with the city order. An examination of some downtown buildings revealed that the conditions have become increasingly dangerous. The buildings include the American Furniture Co., the Richard Caples Building, and the Crest Building, all owned by Abraham. The City Buildings and Standard Commission will hold a public hearing this week to determine if the American Furniture Company building is in compliance with city orders. The meeting is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Wednesday at El Paso's City Council chambers. For more on this story and others featured this week, pick up your copy of the El Paso Wing so you can find with stories what you need to know about the new Alamo Drafthouse Cinema and how to get inside before it officially opens, and why Uber is threatening to pull out of El Paso if it has to go along with new regulations being considered. El Paso Wink is online at elpasoinc.com and available for home and business delivery. Call the number there at the bottom of your screen, 534-4422, to subscribe. And we were the first Borderland news station to bring you a live morning newscast back starting in May of 1992. And we're proud to announce that starting tomorrow, Good Morning El Paso is again expanding. Our morning news block expands by another half hour with Good Morning El Paso now beginning at 4:30. You'll get round-the-clock news coverage, weather, and traffic in El Paso, Las Cruces, and across the entire Borderland starting 30 minutes earlier. You can also look forward to weather and traffic on the 7s. So join Hillary Florence, Stephanie Valle, Denise Olivas, and meteorologist Crystal Clyde weekdays from 4:30 to 7, followed by Good Morning America. And spring can definitely bring some strong winds in the Borderland. And coming up on Good Morning El Paso weekend, the West Coast is dealing with the seasonal changes as well. And later, South America still reeling from the last weekend's devastating earthquakes. Look at the damage and tolls there today. Taking a live look outside right now, it is 8:13 rather. Taking a live look at traffic this morning. This is Loop 375 at the Border Highway right before US 54. This is where it is shut down for some road work going on. And so we've got those shutdowns going on from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. tonight. Those closures happening throughout this week. And the storm track weather, Iris.
Those winds are still in our forecast. I'll let you know when you can expect them to pick up, plus what you can expect for the week ahead. All that and more coming up.
You're watching ABC 7, where news comes first.